Welcome back to Mike's Fitness and Food, everybody. Today we're talking banana bread. That's how we get these two things to look like that. Looks amazing. This is my first ever protein banana bread. My videos have been a little bit quiet lately because of my carpal tunnel surgery that I had. But now we're finally getting back to it. We can make some yummy food and hopefully get back to the gym soon. If you'd like to learn how to make this delicious banana bread, I forgot the word there for a minute. This has roughly 25 grams of protein per serving. It's got about 21 grams of carbs. It's about 180 calories per slice. And depending, obviously, how big your slice is. If you're eating half the loaf, then you can't count that as a slice. But keep watching. Look at the video. Let me know what you think. And, of course, suggest anything else that you want. And make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And enjoy. Now, before we do anything, we want to preheat our oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, before we do anything, we of course want to make sure we have everything we need. We got 2 bananas that we're going to mash up. We have our vanilla extract, some apple cider vinegar. You can use white vinegar if you want to. I chose the apple cider. We got our milk. You can use any milk you want. I chose full cream. Almond milk is recommended as well, whichever one you want to go for. Then we have our almond flour, our self-raising flour, and our brown sugar. And of course, we need our protein powder. Now, I went with the ballistic banana from Monster WPI. You can go with an unflavored one or any of the protein powders that you want. I just chose this one because it's the one I had at home. But of course, choose one that you think will work for your banana bread. Now, to get started, we want to be mashing up our bananas first so that we have them nice and ready. Now, you want to try and get bananas that are as ripe as possible. These are the best ones that I had at home at the moment. The riper the better because they will add more sweetness and they'll be much easier to work with when you are turning this into your banana bread. Now, depending what you have at home, you can use a nice big utensil depending on how much of this banana bread you're making. I'm only making 1 pan worth, so I'm just going to be using this fork. Just mash all this up until it's nice and smooth and a nice consistency, and then we'll go from there. Now that our bananas are a nice mushy consistency, we can move on to the next step. Now let's get mixing. So we want to add our mashed banana. Nice and simple. Get as much in there as you can. Then we're going to want to add 1 cup of milk. Now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of our vinegar. Then we're going to want to add a teaspoon of our vanilla extract. Easy. Then we just start mixing all this together until it's as combined as possible before we start adding the dry ingredients. Keep on mixing for about a minute or 2 until everything is as best combined as you can possibly get it, especially with the banana, because the banana can obviously be a little bit chunky still, even if you've mashed it as good as possible. And then we get to the dry ingredients. Now we start gently adding our dry ingredients. This is our self-raising flour. Try and add that in as slow as possible. We're going to want 2 cups of this. So 2 cups is the measurement for our self-raising flour. Try and add that 2nd cup in as quickly as you can while still giving it a good stir around. So we're going to start creating our batter. It's all getting nice and thick. Then we're going to want to add our 1/2 cup of almond flour. Give this all a good stir before adding more dry ingredients. all getting nice and thick. Then we're going to start adding in our brown sugar. And then we only really have one more ingredient left, which is our banana protein powder. But it's all starting to look very nice. And smelling good already, even though it's not even baked. Now we're dropping in our banana protein powder, which is 1/4 of a cup. So 1/4 of the cup of the protein powder, 2 full cups of the self-raising flour, 1/2 cup of almond flour, and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Those are all our solid ingredients. Now we have our batter. Let's transfer it to our baking pan. Our oven is nicely preheated, and we can start letting it bake. Now we're going to transfer our batter into our baking pan that we've lined with some baking paper. Now mine looks pretty messy because my baking paper decided it did not want to cooperate with me, but we made it work. So we're going to transfer all this in here. Make sure you scrape out all that nice doughy goodness. There's so much in here. I might have to use a different utensil for this, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Scrape it all in there. Now that it's all transferred into our baking pan, try and even it out as much as you can, but it doesn't matter too much. It'll sort of smooth itself out a bit. Then we're going to chuck this into the oven for a good 45 minutes, and we'll see how it turns out. After roughly 45 minutes, the banana bread is out of the oven, and now we're going to want to let it completely cool before you take it out of the pan and start slicing it up. So give it a good 10-15 minutes to cool down, and we'll check back on it. Now that our banana bread has cooled down nicely, let's slice it up and see what it's like. Do we go right down the middle? Are we crazy? No. We're going to slice it up like gentlemen. That is way too thick. Let's make a nice, beautiful slice. Let's have a look. Oh, that smells amazing. Yeah. Perfect amount of banana taste. Not too dense. Not too sweet. And knowing there's protein in there makes everything better. So try the recipe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you add to it. Maybe make it a little bit different. But make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe button, whatever it is. And enjoy. See you all next time.